So what if I told you that the internet you use every single day isn't the real internet? What if it's actually a personalized reality built just for you that's quietly shaping your thoughts and choices? Well, today we're going to dive into this powerful, invisible force, and it's called the filter bubble.
I mean, you know that feeling, right? You casually mention wanting new headphones to a friend, and bam, suddenly every single site you visit is showing you ads for them. Or your video feed serves up that one obscure movie you were just thinking about. It's wild. It's almost psychic.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It isn't magic, not even close. It's a calculated, algorithmic process that's running 24/7, behind the scenes. It's a system with a very specific name, and honestly, understanding what it is the first real step to reclaiming your digital world.
Okay, so the term was coined by internet activist Eli Pariser, and he uses it to describe this personal, totally unique ecosystem of information that's created just for you. Think of it like your own private version of the web. So let's say you and a friend both search for the exact same term, like BP. You might get results about the environmental impact of oil spills, while your friend sees a bunch of links about great investment opportunities. It's the same search, but wow, two completely different realities, served up by an algorithm.
So how does this whole thing actually work? Well, Pariser breaks it down into this really simple but powerful three-step loop. First, the platforms figure out who you are, and they use up to 57 different signals to do it. Everything from your location to your click history to the kind of computer you're on. Next, they start feeding you stuff that fits the profile they've built of you. And finally, they just keep tuning that fit, constantly refining what you see. And the whole point? To keep you engaged, to keep you clicking. It's a cycle where, as Pariser puts it, your identity shapes your media. Now, it's really important to get this straight. A filter bubble is not the same thing as an echo chamber. They're related, but different. Think of it this way. In an echo chamber, you're the one building the walls. You choose to follow people and sources you already agree with. But in a filter bubble, the walls are built for you by invisible algorithms. You didn't even know it was happening. You're much more of a passive participant.
All right, so we get what it is and how it works. But the really big question is, so what? Why does any of this invisible filtering actually matter? Well, it matters a lot, because the consequences aren't just some abstract idea. They are real, they are hidden, and they can be deeply harmful.
Get this, 6 times faster. According to a major study, that's how much more quickly fake news just rips across social media compared to actual, factual news. And that just perfectly illustrates the danger here. See, filter bubbles don't just show you more of what you like, they amplify content that is emotionally charged and feels new. And those are 2 of the biggest hallmarks of misinformation.
And listen, this isn't just a theory from people on the outside. This quote, this comes directly from an internal Facebook presentation that was leaked to the public. The company's own data showed that its recommendation engine was the #1 thing pushing users toward extremist groups. Now, the algorithm wasn't designed to be malicious. Its only job was to maximize engagement. And it just so happens that extreme content is extremely engaging. And here's the other crazy part. A huge chunk of this spread isn't even human. Research revealed something just staggering. Automated bot accounts are responsible for tweeting 2/3 of all the links to popular websites. I mean, just look at the difference here between the bots and even the most active human users. These things can completely tilt a conversation, creating this illusion that everyone thinks a certain way and just drowning out real debate.
So you can see how this messes with our public discourse. But honestly, the impact becomes even more acute when we start looking at the youngest, most vulnerable people in our society, the ones who are growing up entirely inside this algorithmic world. Just take a look at these numbers. When you ask teenagers where they get their news, it's overwhelmingly from algorithm-driven platforms like YouTube and Instagram. And what about traditional news sources? Well, they're practically non-existent. In this kind of environment, influencers have way more sway than journalists, and that line between real information and just entertainment, it's pretty much gone. And this creates a serious vulnerability. A study found that more than half of middle schoolers simply can't tell the difference between a real news story and a sponsored ad. And can you really blame them? When their entire information diet is being served up by algorithms designed to sell, not to inform, they're being left completely unequipped to make sense of the world. The fallout isn't just about information literacy, it's about mental health. A shocking study found that for teen girls, spending more than 5 hours a day on social media is linked to a 66% increase in the risk of suicide-related outcomes compared to those who spend just 1 hour. The perfected, filtered, and often toxic worlds they see online are having a truly devastating real-world impact.
Okay, I know, this can all feel pretty bleak. But awareness really is the first step toward action. And the good news is, there are concrete things we can do, both as individuals and as a society, to start pushing back and bursting these bubbles.
So what can you do? Like today? Well, it all starts with just being more deliberate. Go out of your way to seek out sources you don't normally see. Try switching to a search engine that doesn't track you. Go into your settings on your favorite platforms and turn off ad personalization. And maybe the most important thing of all, just create a small habit of pausing before you share. Just ask yourself 2 simple questions. Do I know this is true? And who benefits if I believe it?
And look, it's not just on us. The platforms themselves are slowly, very slowly, beginning to respond to all this pressure. We're seeing them test things like removing personalization from trending topics to try to create a kind of shared public square. They're experimenting with showing users different viewpoints on the same issue. These are just first steps for sure, but they show a recognition that the problem is real. So here's the crucial point when you boil it all down. It's not a simple case of just blaming the algorithm or blaming the user. It's both. Our choices and the algorithms work together. But by understanding that dynamic, we get our sense of agency back. We can actively work to diversify what we see and become more critical, more conscious consumers of media. And that really leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these invisible lines of code continue to influence everything from our politics to our well-being, we have to ask, who gets to write the rules? Who should decide what values, engagement, truth, diversity are programmed into the very systems that shape our reality? That's something for all of us to consider.